Suspension cannot be done as soon as a member stands up and defies the chair. That is not how it is. When an MP is suspended from the sittings of the House, actually the House is being deprived of the services of that MP. I really wonder how it happened. It baffles me how this happened. Two persons, got up. After they have to get up first. Without that, they can't jump. They got up from their seat. But here, the moment a person gets up from his seat, the security man will catch him. Many bills get passed without any discussion, which is something which cannot be allowed, should not be allowed. I must say that the House has the power to suspend any member who obstructs the business of the House or disregards the authority of the chair. These are the two grounds which are given in the rule. But then suspension is something which is resorted to as a last resort. Suspension cannot be done as soon as a member stands up and defies the chair. That is not how it is. So it is an aggravated form of misconduct in the House, aggravated form of obstruction of the business, and a very, determined defiance of the authority of the chair. So the chair should be left with no option but to suspend a person. So that is when normally suspension takes place. They are members of parliament and they are called lawmakers of this country. So when an MP is suspended from the sittings of the House, actually the House is being deprived of the services of that MP. It has also been provided in the rule that the House can move a resolution, pass a resolution, and terminate the suspension. So this is the position. So far as the rules are concerned, and this is this has been the practice. But now suddenly, a very large number of members are being suspended from the House. That too, when they are demanding that the Home Minister makes a statement on what happened in Parliament, the serious security breach which took place in Parliament. They have protested against it in the House. They have held placards and all that kind of thing, which was disapproved by the Speaker. And the Speaker went ahead naming them. And then, of course, the motion was moved and they were suspended. But this is something which is, I would say, unprecedented. But with one exception, there was such a large-scale suspension in 1989 when Rajiv Gandhi was the Prime Minister. I think in the context of the Boffice issue, this was done. There was huge protest going on from day to day, and the government was not able to function. No business was taking place in the House and things like that. So in that situation, there was a wholesale kind of suspension of MPs, around 63 members, if I remember correctly, were suspended at that time. But that was also a very unprecedented step at that time. It was never before that had such a thing taken place. Similarly, after that, it is now that such a large number of MPs are being suspended from the House. After 2001 attack, the security has been tightened considerably. And so far as the outside security is concerned, it is almost foolproof. But, in the any threat to the house, that is chamber, can come only from the gallery and from nowhere else. So only from the gallery a threat can come. Now, what kind of threat? People are coming there after they are screened properly, frisked, and made to pass through the metal detector, the door frame. All these things are done only after that they come there, and they are not allowed to carry even a kerchief, handkerchief with them. So that is the level of precaution that is taken. That is the level of security that is there. After that, when they come and sit there in the bench, on both sides of the bench, you have security people sitting. 2 security men in each bench on either end. They are in plain clothes, and if a visitor sits between them, and if you so much as move your hand, they will immediately restrain you. They will say no. You stretch your leg, you are not allowed to do that. If you open your mouth to say something, they will close your mouth and take you out of the gallery, physically carry you out of the gallery. In such a situation, I really wonder how it happened. It baffles me how this happened. Two persons, got up. They have to get up first. Without that, they can't jump. They got up from their seat. But here, the moment a person gets up from his seat, the security man will catch him. That's how it is. When that being the level of security in the gallery, how is it that these people were allowed, or they were not overpowered, or they were not caught by this security men, and they managed to jump into the house and do whatever they did? That is something, which has assumed actually serious proportions, because many bills get passed without any discussion, which is something which cannot be allowed, should not be allowed, because everything that comes before the House will have to be discussed thoroughly, particularly the bills and all that, because these affect the public outside in a very serious way, significant way. Therefore, it is the responsibility of the House to discuss the bills and other things threadbare. That if that is not possible, then actually what the government does is that they pass the bill in a ruckus, and all the bills are passed in the din, which is not, according to me, a good practice, and that should be discontinued. It is a serious problem because MPs come here to discuss issues concerning the people, concerning the governance of the country. So if they are not allowed to do that, or if they are prevented from doing that, that would be a serious kind of thing. MPs have a right to demand discussion and demand response from the government. And according to me, that is a right which emanates from Article 75(3) of the Constitution of India, which says the Council of Ministers shall be collectively responsible to the House of the People. So the Council of Ministers, that is the government, has the responsibility to respond to demands in the House, accountable to the House.